Hello, hello. Welcome to day 2 of getting unstuck. This is my second go around. So I tried to do this via Zoom twice. That didn't work. And then I went live, and for some reason it didn't go live. It's because Facebook flagged it as a sales post. So I was going to put something in and realized, oh, that post isn't even there. So here I am for the third time today. Third time's a charm, so I am glad to be here. All right. Sorry, I had a little message up there. Today we're going to talk about changing your perspective and what that looks like. In order to do this, you have to be willing to release the past. Once you've released the past, you're freer to look into your future. But if you are dragging your past around with you like a ball in a chain as a constant reminder of what you didn't do or what somebody else did or what you think happened, whatever that is, you are always going to be stuck. And that's a personal choice. And kind of sucks to hear that, because sometimes it's easier to play the blame game or to not want to move forward ourselves. But we are solely responsible for our own happiness, our own mindset, all of that, our own perspectives, our own positions on things, which are fine. I'm not asking you to accept somebody else fully and take all of their stuff. I'm not saying do that. I'm just asking you to look at your perspective. So, all right, you may be thinking, how in the hell do I do this? What do I have to do? Or you may start your day out great and then boom, something happens and you're like right back into your old habits. First of all, no, it's okay. This is a journey. This is not something that people get right away, run with it, and keep on running with it. What happens is that we have to take the time to cultivate it. And you start over each day. Sometimes you start over each hour. Sometimes you start over each minute. It doesn't matter. You just have to start. That's rule number 1. All right. It takes time. It takes practice. And you just need to keep at it. Be aware. Okay, we focus way too much on the shoulds. How many of you have focused way too much on what should have happened, how that should have gone, what somebody else should have said, what somebody else should have? We should ourselves to death. And we need to stop, because it doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't make us feel better about anything. So just stop with the shoulds. We all have an idea in our head of how something should go, right? And unless everyone else is participating things just like we do, and I don't care if it's just one person in a relationship, then it's never going to happen that way. And then we're going to be disappointed. We're going to be sad. We're going to be mad. We're going to be all of those things, and it doesn't have to be that way. You most definitely need to know what you want, something to focus on. You most definitely want to do that. You want to focus on the positive outcomes. You want to see those positive outcomes. But then you need, if you can't control it, which I'm going to tell you 99% of the things you can't control, you need to learn to set expectations and then go with the flow. Be fluid in whatever's going on and be willing to roll with the punches and be able to change and morph as you go. You have to also be willing to look at somebody else's perspective. And this one was a tough one for me. For example, my husband, time is a suggestion, right? Like time, that he's never been worried about time ever. We've been married 33 years. We've been together 35. Never once has he worried about time. To me, time is a definitive point. It is exactly where it should be, right? So if I am not going to be 10 minutes early to something, I'm already late and I'm starting to get anxious. So you talk about two people, polar opposites, trying to work through that. I had to change my perspective. I had to get over it. I had to realize I can't change him. I didn't want to be pissed off at him all the time, because who does that do any good for? Nobody. And it did nothing for me or for him. So I made changes that I could live with that served me. So there were times that I drove myself places. If I thought we were going to be late and he wasn't going to be here, I drove myself. I did tell him earlier times. I still tell him earlier times. If we're supposed to be someplace at 7, I'll tell him we have to be there at 6:30. whatever that looks like. I eat without him sometimes. He'll tell me, okay, I'll be home at 7:30 or 7 for dinner. So I'll have dinner ready at 7:15. And oftentimes I eat by myself because he's not home yet. Now, the thing with that is he's not mad when he comes home. He's not upset with me. He's not mad I didn't wait. And I'm not mad at him for not being there. So you just have to learn to see other people's perspectives. Not always easy, not always fun, but it's necessary. All right, you have to look for something positive. If you're constantly dwelling in the negative and you're dragging, moping around in that bullshit, you're going to be stuck in shit. Let's just call it what it is. You have to be able to break yourself out of that. You have to be able to look for positives. I'm not saying that bad things aren't going to happen or that crummy things aren't going to come along and you're going to be like, really? Are you kidding me? But you have to look for the positive. Right? So things like I've been walking out the door with a full cup of coffee and I have spilled a whole cup of coffee on my white shirt, heading out the door. It's the only time I spill too is when it's a white shirt. But I could be really mad or upset about that. But I choose to think like, okay, there's a reason I'm supposed to not leave when I'm going to. Like, did I miss an accident? Did something else happen? What? I don't know. I just tell myself these things that there was a reason. So always look for the positive. You have to be a big picture thinker. To break your own perspective, you have to see a bigger picture. So I want you to pretend like you're standing at your front door and you're looking through the peephole. Okay? And so that's all you can see is this little telescopic amount of information. So whatever that is, looking at your peephole, you maybe can see your front porch, but not the whole front porch, but just this little bit of your front porch. So when you are focused in on something that's so small, things become much more magnified, right? Because we're not able to see everything. So I'm going to challenge you to stop looking through the peephole and start to see the big picture. I want you to open your front door. I want you to be able to step out on your stoop, your patio, whatever you have. Then all of a sudden you can see your flowers and you can see your plants and you can see your grass and you can see your neighbors. And depending on where you live, I can see mountains. You know, you get to see all this beauty and all this glory. Whereas before, all you were seeing was this little itty bit. So be a big picture thinker, be willing to look at the big picture and stop looking at things that were so small. Show gratitude, write things down, you guys. If I can beat one thing into your head, write down gratitudes every single night before you go to bed. What 3 things were you thankful for today? What 5 things were you thankful for today? I don't care what it is, you pick the number, it doesn't matter. Some days I write down more, some days I write down 2. I don't care about that. But think about the things that you're thankful for. Please write them down, like just before you doze off. What was it today? What was it? So today I am super thankful for this tuna melt that I have. I found a place in town, has the best tuna melt. I know it's absolutely ridiculous. It is so delicious. So you know what? That's one thing I'm thankful for today. I'm thankful for a new client. That's another thing that I'm thankful for today. So, and my day's not over. It's nice. It's cooled down a little bit. So I'm thankful for cooler air. So, and it's not that I don't want to, I'm just focused. So practice smiling and smiling a lot. Smile in your mirror, smile in your rear view mirror, smile at the construction workers that are out on the roads right now. We have them on our street. It's all torn up. And so I have to pass them every time I leave my house and I have to detour around. And so smile at them, smile at people all the time. The more you can smile, the better. Help someone else out. Get out of your own head. When you can help other people, you're reminded that your life is pretty good on a daily basis. And so take the time and take notice to do that. Whether you give of your time, whether you give money, whatever that may look like for you, help somebody else out. It will change your perspective. All right, get some sleep. You know, I talked about this before in a lot of things. So as you notice, a lot of things are on repeat, but get some Z's. Insomnia leads to depression and anxiety. Okay. So as you become more sleep deprived, you are unable, your ability to control your mood goes down. And so really sleep is so powerful. So please, please get your Z's. If you're not getting enough at night, if you're not well rested, take cat naps. It's okay. Take 10, 15-minute cat nap. You'll wake up, I did this earlier too. I talk cat naps and then I yawn. So anyway, take cat naps. All right, write down the shitty thoughts that you have. I say it all the time. You guys, I know it's crazy. I know you may not write them down. I know, and I know that because I didn't. For a long time, I was like, no, I don't want to write them down. Then it becomes real, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, it becomes real. And then you know what you can do with it? You can shred it, you can burn it, you can toss it, you can do whatever. You can download. Think about downloading those thoughts, and then being able to remove them, to get rid of them, to do whatever you want. Just download them, write them on a piece of paper, get them out of your head so that you can replace them with positive thoughts. All right, talk nicely to yourself. I know, if plants do better when you talk nicely to them, guess what? I am sure we as people do. And so you just have to put it into practice. You have to be super aware. And at first, it's going to take a little bit of time, and then you're going to become more and more aware. So when you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself, whenever it is, whatever it is, stop yourself immediately and replace it with a positive. And I want you to think about the positive things, how you would describe yourself, what you see in yourself, how other people see you. I'm not telling you to look for outside validation, but you know if people think that you're a kind person, if you have a good heart, all of those things. So stop the negative self-talk and start to replace it. We have about 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Most of them are negative. And so we have to be able to switch that so we can switch our perspective as well. All right. So like I said earlier, we're going to put some of these things in practice, and then our brains are going to be an asshole. And they're going to come along and going to tell us all this stuff again. And we're going to think, are you kidding me? I'm working so hard. That is where having a coach comes in. That is where you have somebody to help get you through things faster, catch you in your thoughts faster. And so I am offering an intro to coaching program. I have a few spots left. It's 1 month. It's for 1 month. It's $3.99. And I do have openings as early as next week. So if you're sitting there thinking, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? Do it. Just set up the discovery call. A discovery call is 100% free. It's free. And we're going to talk about your goals, your dreams, your struggles. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. And we're going to see if we're a good fit. Because let's face it, not everybody's a good fit for everybody. So I do a discovery call so you can see if we're a good fit and if I'm somebody you want to work with. So I will put that link in the comments. And tomorrow, I will be here at 4 o'clock tomorrow because things won't be as crazy. But we're going to talk about your purpose. And it may not be your job or your career. And that's okay. We're going to talk about how to find your purpose and what your purpose may look like. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Have a great one and have a good night. Bye-bye.